Hello there, you are watching Biz First in Focus, and today I'm joined by the President and CEO of Canon Southeast and South Asia and the regional headquarters, Ms. Noriko. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes,
it's a pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you, nice to see you.
Well, let's just start off by doing business and being in the imaging and optical product manufacturing hub that's in Singapore. Just tell me, Ms. Gunji, how much of a challenge have you been facing over the years? Because optical products and imaging has changed over the years. Decades ago, imaging was at a certain standard, but now it has, the growth has seen, that you've seen the growth, it's far beyond how it was 10 years ago. How do you view the current position, the current standard of imaging and optical products?
Okay, so now Canon Singapore is covering 23 countries and regions in South and Southeast Asia. And yeah, of course, depend on the economic situation change, we have been facing a lot of difficulty to develop the market in South and Southeast Asia. But still, I believe we still have a big potential to enhance or to say expand our business in South and Southeast Asia because we have a huge volume of population here, and so many young age people living here. So I'm very optimistic to expand our business in Asia. And Canon is founded as a camera vendor with a very high quality of optical technology 80 years ago in Japan. We are celebrating 80th anniversary this year, actually. So this year is a very special year for us, for Global Canon. So I like to keep on growing in Asia and to contribute to the total business of Asia in global.
Well, Ms. Gunji, we live in a digitalized world. Everything from machine to infrastructure is tethered to technology. And with the advancement of technology, we see growth taking place in every sector possible, every industry possible, because if we don't keep up, we fail. So how much of a challenge has digitalization really posed for Canon, and how have you emerged from
the big changing of digitalization is not the fear for us. It's a very big opportunity for us. For example, as I said, we founded the company as a camera vendor, but at that time, of course, that is analog cameras. But according to the digitization of the world of technology, we developed a digital camera, and we expand our big business opportunity in all over the world. And also, the photocopier has been digitalizing, and we make a big development in digitalization of photocopier industry too. Then we are now having a big market share in all over the world, even in the photocopier industry.
Let's talk about doing business with Sri Lanka. For how long have you been in the market in Sri Lanka, and how successful has doing business with Sri Lanka been so far?
Yeah, we had a business in we have been doing our business in Sri Lanka for more than 40 years, and now the main product is imaging products such as cameras and printers. And I'm very happy to say we have been leading the market of the camera industry in Sri Lanka too. We have now 70% market share in DSR and mirrorless industry market. So, and also in terms of photocopying, office equipment market, we have been a leading position for years.
Right. So, how long do you think it will take for Canon to expand its other sectors, like for CCTV and other sort of branched out optical imaging sectors? How much time do you think it needs for you to expand in order to capture the market? Because it's just not just photography that you all are looking at. It's so many other things that's related to photography that you're looking at. So how do you think that it's going to change the game altogether?
That depends on the market, maybe. But last year, we acquired one big medical company called Toshiba Medical. Then I'm sure we can fasten the speed of the development of medical industry for Canon. And also 2 years ago, we also acquired the very big surveillance camera company called Axis in Europe. And so I'm very confident to expand our business of medical or surveillance cameras in Asia too, very soon.
Well, you said that you specialize in marketing and sales, and that's your main focus when working in your position as President and CEO of Canon Singapore. Just tell us about the changing needs and wants of consumers. It has changed drastically. What my parents need has really changed or would change in the future of what I would need in 10 years as a parent. So the consumerism has really expanded, and it has branched out into different needs and wants. It's important to stay on the ball, keeping this in mind. How exactly do you think that Canon can help consumers need what you all have put out in the market?
Okay, yeah. We have been keep on improving our technology and as well as our products based on the customer demand for years. So in order to satisfy the customer demand, we will also keep on developing or improving our technology, definitely. And nowadays, and from the point of sales point of view, nowadays the behavior of customer to purchase the goods has been changing drastically. Especially some of the country has changed changing to the e-commerce.
Yes.
So everyone can get a lot of information from online, and also they can purchase anything on the online now. I believe in Sri Lanka market also has been drastically transforming to the e-commerce area. So one of the very important point for sales and marketing company is how to transform ourselves to the sales to the this online area. Yeah, that is another one area. But on top of that, I believe the customer still need the actual experience for using our products. So as from this point of view, we still think the shop, bricks and mortar shop, is also very important. And then yesterday we had just opened the concept store in Colombo, which I believe we can provide a lot of experience and a lot of activity for customers to enjoy our products.
Right. Ms. Gunji, tell us about Canon's role in sustainable development, in recycling, and that's like the new trend now, going green and protecting the environment. What's your contribution to eco-friendly kind of approach?
To realize the eco-friendly company, we are very aware of the eco-friendly concept in the even in a development of the product stage. For example, we have been doing our effort to reduce the electricity usage in all of our products, and also some of the consumable can be recycled into the new product material. In order to recycle, promote the perfect recycling of our consumable products, we built up the very specialized factory in Japan, and we were awarded as one of the best eco-friendly company in Japan last year.
Thank you very much for joining us, Ms. Gunji. It's a pleasure having you with us on our
thank
program,
you.
Biz First in Focus.
Thank you.
With that, let's head into a short commercial break. But when we come back, we will be joined by the Managing Director of Photo Hub here in Sri Lanka, Mr. Rahman. So stay tuned. Hello there, very good evening to you and welcome back to Biz First in Focus after that short commercial break, where we are now joined by the Managing Director of Metropolitan Photo Hub, Mr. Rahman. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Rahman.
Thank you very much for having invited me, Stephanie.
Speaking about imaging and photography, just thinking whether we can talk about the challenges of smartphones that are being in the market. Because of smartphones, there's a huge threat to how photography is done and how the authentic photography is maintained. Where we see years ago photography being captured or an image being captured through a camera, but now things have changed. Images are captured through phones, smartphones. But you can't make that much of tweaks, or you can't play around with an image as much as you can with a camera. But that's something the consumer needs to know. How do you get this message across to the consumer? Because we know the cameras are much expensive than a smartphone itself. So there is a stumbling block right there for imaging. But how do you go beyond that and make the consumer know that it's better to go for a camera than take a photograph from a smartphone itself?
Well, that's only a myth that the camera phone has been a challenge to the traditional camera. But to be honest with us, the smartphone has actually enhanced the photo culture in the general public, because several years ago, as you would recall, in the very early years, people were actually in some way would hesitate in using a camera because they would assume that it's a very complicated device and it needed a skill. And actually then the challenge was for people to get into photography. So fortunately for us, as most people would like to believe that the smartphone has actually challenged the camera, in real effect I would think that it has actually enhanced our industry, because it has created a wave of photo culture where people and everybody want to take pictures, share a moment and capture that special event. Now that's the first phase in photography. You want to retrieve, save and retain that, and the next part is the sharing part. But now when you take art for cameras, see, the camera device available in a smartphone has its limitations. It would not give you the desired fine, perfect picture, because it has doesn't have the proper professional zoom facilities, then the dark light effects and factors that contribute to make a good picture a great picture. But that's where Canon cameras come in, and that's where Metropolitan, we as a distributor for Canon, have set out to educate and create awareness with the photography interested public that, look, here's the wiser way or the better way to capture your pictures and share with your friends and relations. Now, towards that, what we do is we conduct a lot of workshops and seminars on taking good photographs and how to do it using cameras. And for that, we also have recently, as you know, we organized a Canon photo marathon somewhere in November, where we invited several interested people to take part in a national contest and take pictures using a camera, a professional camera, and we debarred them from using a mobile phone because it would not have given the desired effect. And we were amazed by the enthusiasm and interest shared by many people. And these several activities that we have conducted have actually created a huge interest and a wavelength and differentiated the photography captured on a smartphone vis-a-vis a professional Canon camera.
Mr. Rahman, we see your competitors resorting to new ways of marketing their product, like merging it with a smartphone so that camera could be used. You see the same, you get the same features that you get on a camera, but it's a smartphone device. We see so many other strategies used in the market, but has Canon something under the wraps so that it could reveal in the future of what it's going to do to really attack the smartphone market?
Yes, that's very interesting, because even all the new mobile phones are now advertised more as a camera as opposed to what it's really meant to do, take calls and receive calls. So we realize that we have an indirect competitor in terms of the smartphone brands. But nevertheless, we still have not experienced a real drop in the serious camera requirement buyers. I do agree that the entry-level cameras have got hampered by these low-cost smartphone devices that can capture images and share it instantly. For that, we have Canon has introduced a prosumer series of cameras, which is between the entry-level as well as the serious DSLR camera, that can give you high optical benefits in terms of getting good images with challenging background conditions, because photography is all about getting the effect right, the background, the lighting and the composure, etc., which you will not be able to achieve using a smartphone. So they actually get into photography using a convenient device like the smartphone because it's always with them. But then when they acquire the habit of photography, and then every human being likes to improve in their life, then the next level is getting a good picture, a great picture. And that's when they realize that they need to go into a camera, and then they switch on to a Canon camera.
Mr. Rahman, just tell us about the Sri Lanka photography market, and how big is it? Because since you're catered to them, and that's your niche market, so to speak, how exactly are you all planning on expanding in that sense?
Camera market, as Ms. Gunji Noriko, the Canon Singapore President and CEO, stated, has a 70% share in the DSLR category in Sri Lanka. Now that we have achieved because firstly our customers have believed in us, and it's because we have offered the highest level of technology and state-of-the-art equipment that has actually challenged the users to get the best from their capabilities and skills. Now, in terms of market, right, we can broadly group those users as wedding photographers, which is about 65 to 70% of the photographers using DSLR cameras, because that is a livelihood for them. And they earn a living from them, from using our equipment, and as you know, they charge exorbitant prices. So it's about getting the best from the best Canon camera equipment and giving customers value, in addition, value-added services by doing attractive albums and stuff like that. Then the next category of users are commercial photographers, who use the cameras to develop and support advertising agencies for their commercial advertising. Then you get another category of users which is grouped as the corporate executives and the hobbies. They are the people who actually use the Canon cameras to, as a passion, to enjoy their hobby, to take wildlife photography. Now in that context, we have also done a lot of work in supporting natural events like the Esala Perahara in Kandy, and also supporting the national parks, because people actually go out and take pictures of activities and events that are of touristic value or interest for Sri Lanka. So through the lens of a Canon camera, we have been able to showcase Sri Lanka both ways. Customers, our users, use these cameras to enjoy photography, have good fun out of it, and also we have been able to market Sri Lanka as a fabulous place to come and visit. So we have a large interested base of serious photographers, and we also do a lot of work with leading schools like Royal College, St. Thomas's, Isipatana, Devi Balika, Visakha College, because all these schools have got photographic associations, and you'll be amazed to know that each school has something like 75 to 100 students who are into photography, and the kind of equipment that they use is amazing. They use high-end equipment which are even purchased by adults. But that's the interest and the enthusiasm that they have in photography. So I can tell you it's a growing market, and we are supporting and encouraging it, because we're happy that people have endorsed our brand as a leading brand, and they believe in us, and so we like to reciprocate in giving them the best possible products and service.
Well, what's really ahead of Canon when it comes to imaging and optical products? Do you have anything under the wraps that you all want to reveal in the future, something that could really get the consumers all excited?
Yes, we did have recently released the 1DX Mark II and the 5D Mark IV, which were top of the end models. But I think what is coming in is the Canon mirrorless series. Now this camera is a DSLR, but packed into a convenient unit, because it is compact, but it would have the power and the output of what a large camera would do. So this would be a boon for travelers, and also we are looking at attracting the female audience, because we realize that, interestingly, if whenever there is a camera photography event, we see that the gender mix is always weighted towards the males. It's about 80% males. So this means either the females don't use cameras, or we have not addressed them adequately. So we think with the Canon mirrorless, which is going to be a new wave in technology, with the Canon M series, we would be able to, attract a new audience, and also provide something as a new experience to a new customer audience.
Well, we've actually come to the end of the program. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Rahman.
Thank you very much, Tiffany.
Well, that was the Managing Director of Metropolitan Photo Hub here in Sri Lanka. We hope to see you again next week, same time, same place. This is Stephanie Lazarus signing off.